Today, we're going to be cooking an Iberico Rotisserie Porchetta. But I got a trick up my sleeve to make sure this cook turns out perfectly without any effort. Introducing the brand new ChefsTemp ProTemp 2 Plus. This here is a wireless, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth enabled thermometer. Not only that, this will connect directly to the ChefsTemp Breezo, which is your temperature control fan, and this will fit on any kind of grill you have. I'll show you more about that in just a little bit. I'll show you a few key features now, and stay tuned to see how it performs during this cook. Nicely packaged. Got an instruction manual here. This is going to walk you through setting up the app and everything you know about this. So get this out of the package. The first thing I'm noticing is just how thin these wireless probes are. This is almost needle thin. Also, these are rated for 1000 degrees Fahrenheit for your ambient. Another key feature that you can't see from the outside is that this has 5 internal temperature sensors in addition to the ambient. So this is going to give you 6 readings in total. When it comes to running your ChefsTemp Breezo, the battery in this can power it for the entire cook, or you can go ahead and plug the Breezo in to its own power supply. So this is going to give you lots of options and flexibility when it comes to managing your temperature. All right, I'm going to go ahead and power this up, and we're going to get this set up together. This can monitor up to 3 probes, by the way. Let me go ahead and pull up the app on my phone. I already have the ChefsTemp app installed on my phone. If you don't, go ahead and download that from your app store. I'm going to go ahead and click on Add New Device. ChefsTemp Plus series. It's going to tell you to turn on the power. We've done that. Remove the probe. We've already done that. Press both the buttons until C1 appears. Got that. Now we're going to search for device. Searching. Successfully connected. That easy. No edits. Going to go ahead and set up my Wi-Fi now. All right, that only took about a minute. Okay, so I've got multiple of these ChefsTemp devices. So I just have to scroll through until I get to my new one right here. And right there, it's showing all the readings off this probe. It's already set to go. You can go ahead and click this box to add new probes if you got additional probes. We're going to be doing ambient and internal. And also right here, we click on this. We can adjust the temperature for our Breezo. Now let's take a quick look at this Breezo, and we're going to start this cook. I almost forgot to show you a hidden feature of this ProTemp. Right here in the back, remove that cover. You can charge additional probes back there. I got one more probe with mine, so let's go ahead and put that in and let it charge. This way for the next cook, it's ready to go. All right, put this in the back. Just one more thing I didn't show you, but it also includes some little numbers that you can put onto these to keep track of which probe is which. So this does include a power supply, which in this day and age is pretty rare. Going to get a couple USB cables. Here's your Breezo fan. Just have to install the spring clip to hold it on. And what's really nice about this is this comes with a variety of adapter plates to fit on a Campo. Even comes with a little bit of tape if you need to seal off your Weber kettle or Smoky Mountain. What I really love about ChefsTemp is if you go on their website, they've got a ton of different options for adapters. I get asked all the time, will the Breezo work with my cooker? Absolutely, it will. Check out their website. They've got any kind of thread you could imagine. They even have a barbed adapter. So whether you're cooking on a pit barrel cooker, an offset, ugly drum smoker, you're going to be able to find a way to hook this in there. This one here I got from my Lone Star Grills Insulated Mini. This has got a 2-inch thread, which threads perfectly into that smoker. We're not using this today, but make sure you're subscribed, and I'll show you this in a future video. I can guarantee you that. Today, we're going to be cooking on the SnS Kettle. So that kettle is already set up to take a smoke adapter. This is a match made in heaven. Oh, one more feature I want to show you. It includes these baffles here, so you can go ahead and adjust how much air is going to come in, or you can just completely remove it. Depends on what you need, but for me, I think we're going to be keeping it on and keeping it pretty closed down because kettles don't need a lot of air to get burning. All right, let's get all this put together, set up. Now, time for the fun part. Let's get cooking. Got about a third of a chimney here with some Jealous Devil Max Briquettes in it. I'm going to dump this in my slow and sear, which has got some leftover charcoal from the last cook. Put that finished lighting in here, and let's get the Breezo going. We got this Iberico Copa onto the rotisserie for the SnS Grill. We get the ChefsTemp probe into here, and then we can start to cook. Before we insert the ChefsTemp ProTemp 2 Plus probe into the meat, I want to show you one really important detail. You see those two black lines? This is your safety zone. That's where you want to insert this thermometer to. This already smells so good. I can't wait to try it. This Iberico pork has got so much flavor, I don't want to overdo the smokiness on it, but I'm going to throw in one handful of applewood chips just to give it a little bit of smoke flavor to start with. Going to go for internal temperature around 145 degrees. This Iberico pork is so special. You really don't need to overcook this. We're going to slice it thin. It's going to be plenty tender. All right, get this lid on. We're going to run the top vent all the way open for now. Opposite the fire. Let's get this Breezo going. Go ahead and click on ambient here. Going to give this options to set our temperature. I'm going to hear it already started firing up in the background. Got it set to 352, whatever, close enough. All right, let's go back. And then we got internal. Let's set that up as well while we're here. Click on that. Click Setup Cook. Going to give you tons of presets. Click on Pork. All kinds of options. Doesn't really matter. Pick whatever you want. I'm going to go loin because it'll probably give me a lower set point. I'm going to set this to, let's set it to 140. Give me a little bit of advance notice. Oops. All right, then just click Start Cooking. It's going to calculate how much time's left in this cook when we get a little bit further along in the cooking process. So stay tuned. Absolutely loving the fact that we can plug the Breezo into the ChefsTemp ProTemp. No need for an extra power supply out here. You can see how nicely this mounts on the SnS Kettle. This is one of the many reasons why I love this kettle. All right, we're smoking up good. Can't wait. Not sure if you can hear this or not, but the Breezo is starting to rev up and down because we're approaching our set point. This way it does not overshoot. I've used this Breezo for many cooks, and it always performs flawlessly. Such a great product. If you do want to get any ChefsTemp product, check out my discount code in the link down below. I highly recommend this. I've been using these ChefsTemp products for a long time and been very satisfied with them. They all work great with no issues. So make sure you check out that link and discount code below. You're not going to regret getting some of this ChefsTemp stuff. And the price, very affordable too, especially compared to some of the other brands that you might think of when you think of a temperature control fan. And that other brand, the big name brand, I've had nothing but trouble with. I've been using, as I said before, I've been using these ChefsTemp products for a while. I just realized a great upgrade they've just made. When it comes to your ambient temperature, it used to max out around 160 degrees, but now you can go ahead and crank this dial right up in the red, all the way up to 600 degrees. This is awesome. If you want to cook a pizza or something like that or some wings, let it rip. I decided to increase temperature on this cook to 375 degrees. So let me get it set back to there. All right, and we're good to go. Go ahead and click right here where it shows you your temperature. Click on that. And then go ahead and click here where it says internal. Right there on the bottom, it'll show you all your different readings. The thing about having multiple sensors is that sometimes you don't place your thermometer quite right and you might get an inaccurate reading. This is going to help to eliminate that because you can see if the numbers make sense or not. Just another great feature that this ChefsTemp has launched. Complete game changer. Right, so we're about halfway through this cook. I got to get a sneak peek of this. About 45 minutes in, and the estimate is 45 minutes remaining. Take a look at this incredible Iberico pork. I can't wait any longer. Let's get this off the grill. I think it's going to be plenty cooked after a long rest. This Iberico Copa is hot. Gonna let this rest for a while before we dig into it. Internal temperature around 140 degrees. This couldn't have been any simpler. And the smells right now, unbelievable. This is like the best sausage smell I've ever smelled coming off this. I can't wait to dig into this. It's been resting for 10 minutes. Time to eat. When you're finished with this cook, go ahead and remove the ChefsTemp thermometer. This is completely waterproof, so throw it in the dishwasher. Keep it nice and clean. Let's get this off the rotisserie. Oh man, the juices already. take a cut right down the middle and see how we did. Oh, look at that. How perfect does that look? You see the juices running out of that? Wow. Unbelievable. Top this off with a little bit of fresh parsley. With this Iberico pork, go ahead and cook it with a little bit of pink left in it. That's exactly how you want to eat it. Let's go. Oh my God. I've eaten so much meat. I've never had anything like this. Wow. All the flavors from that seasoning we put in the middle, absolutely incredible. Let it marinate overnight, soaked all the way through the meat. And this Iberico pork from Campo Grande is so tender. When you think of a Copa, you normally think something you gotta cook low and slow and break down, but not with this Iberico pork. It is so tender. If you don't know what a Copa is, it comes from the pork butt or the pork shoulder, which again, normally we're braising, but that's Iberico pork is like nothing I've ever had. Man, unbelievable. So the ChefsTemp thermometer performed flawlessly in this cook. I was up and down the road, the Wi-Fi stayed connected, everything worked just as it should. I was glad I had multiple sensors because I decided to pull it a little bit earlier because I was seeing it almost 160 degrees near the outside. It was only about 125 on the inside. We wrapped it up, we let it rest. Everything evened out just perfectly. This is exactly what I was going for. Remember, if you want to get any ChefsTemp stuff for yourself, make sure you use my discount code RustyLamb and that link down below, and you're going to save yourself some money at checkout. It'll also help support this channel just a little bit. I really appreciate that, by the way. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, leave me a comment what else you'd like to see me cook. Also, head over to my Instagram at RustyBBQLamb. Give me a follow over there as well. Thanks for watching. Until next time.